In other parts of the former empire, English and its linguistic offspring have also had to come to terms with independence. In Australia, it came late. The election of the Whitlam government in 1972 rode a wave of nationalism. Australia began to look back towards Britain less than it looked forward to its own future as a multicultural country. 4 years later, the first Australian dictionary to be compiled in Australia reached the bookshelves, helping to legitimise the language and showing that Australia had cast off its cultural cringe and was ready to revel in its own distinctive language. This is the Macquarie Dictionary. In the D's alone, you find Australian words like daggy, meaning dirty or slovenly, from dags, the name given to the matted tufts of wool round a sheep's bottom. Deadhouse, a room in a hotel where drunks are put to sleep it off. Dello, a shortened form of delegate. Dingo stiffener, a dingo hunter. Dog's cock, an exclamation mark. Dog eye, an Aboriginal English word for a white person. Drac, an adjective, depressingly unattractive, possibly from Dracula. And dunny, an outside toilet, a name that can be traced back to the English words dana, meaning dung, and ken, meaning place or house. In Old British dialects, you could find danikin or dunnikin. The Australians shortened it and keep it in use. Vocabulary aside, Australian English has developed some distinct variations of its own.
G'day, how you going? Good. No, I'm down by Circular Quay having some brekkie.
I think there are two features that really earmark Australian English, at least for me. One is the abbreviations, the Australian love of shortenings, so that a word, if it's not already a single syllable, gets reduced to a single syllable, and then an ending is bunged on, E ending or an O ending. So something like my mate Jacko, you know, the weirdo journo from Freo, he slipped on a bit of lino during his smoko one arvo and ended up on compo and a real dero. Another characteristic I think of Australian English is the sometimes called HRT. This is not hormone replacement therapy, but high-rise terminal. It's the Australian questioning intonation. So it really is like the rising intonation of a yes-no question, except that you find it on statements.
How old was this boy? He's 24 now. Was it Phil? Yeah. No, what did she say? Well, I called her the Savo and...
Here in Australia, you encounter quite, well, amused, probably even hostile reactions now to British received pronunciation, Queen's English. People find them affected now and they're wanting much more to speak Australian English.
Hey, you see this fella over here? It's his Bucks party? Gone. No more.